The problem with large language models like OpenAI's ChatGPT is that we appear to be on the verge of being inundated with written texts where we have seemingly logical and legible sequences of words, but cannot credibly identify who or even what is speaking. If it is increasingly difficult or even impossible to ascertain who or even what does the talking, it will be challenging to evaluate and decide the validity or truth of what has been stated. My chapter agrees with these recent criticisms, but instead of bemoaning this as a loss or crisis, it celebrates its revolutionary potential, arguing that large language models participate in the deconstruction of logocentric metaphysics, thus putting into practice what had been theorized by Jacques Derrida and others at the end of the previous century. The argument proceeds in 4 steps or movements. It begins by getting a handle on logocentrism, explaining how this way of thinking structures our understanding of writing by anchoring the concept of ethos in the figure of the author, who is assumed to be speaking through the instrumentality of the written word. The second section demonstrates how large language models disrupt this usual way of thinking with algorithmically generated content that is literally unauthorized. This is followed, in the third section, by an analysis of the opportunities and challenges of this disruption, with a focus on questions regarding ethics. Finally, the chapter concludes by tracing the contours of an alternative critical framework for making sense of algorithmically generated words, where the ethos behind those words, and thus the guarantee of their significance, is and remains indeterminate. And as a final note, I will just add that everything that concerns AI-generated textual content goes for all forms of media representation, this video included.